Welcome to the Provo City Library podcast. My name is Erika Hill. I'm the Community Relations Manager.
I'm Carla Gordon. I'm the Library Director.
And today we are here talking about underutilized library services.
That we love.
Yes. Some more than others. No, I love them all.
No, they're all really good.
They are all really good.
I don't know. You're probably not emotionally invested in ILL.
I am not emotionally invested in interlibrary loan, but it's good that it exists.
It is.
So should we dive right in?
Sure. Actually, interlibrary loan was what kind of got us talking about this and wondering if it would make a good podcast, because my brother needed a movie that he couldn't find anywhere. And he asked me if my library had it. And I said, probably not. But Orem probably does. And you know what? They did.
Yeah.
But he lives in Salt Lake Valley. So I was like, well, you can interlibrary loan it. So he got really confused because he tried to interlibrary loan it through Orem, but he's not a patron, so he couldn't. But he knew his library didn't have it, and so he didn't understand how interlibrary loan worked.
What's a man to do?
Call his librarian sister and find out.
Always the answer.
Yeah, I know. So, interlibrary loan is how libraries are in kind of a network, and we have a computer program where we can put in a book and say, we have a patron looking for this book, who has it? And then we look out and everybody's catalog is kind of connected, and you find people that have it, and then you request it from people. And you say, I want it from these people. If they don't have it, these people, and you kind of like ask several different people. And if the first people are like, oh, ours is checked out, go to the next stuff. Anyways, then they get it. And so then your library can get it mailed from another library and you get to check it out. So it's great. And you don't have to find it at another library, which is kind of where he was confused about it.
Like, he didn't have to do that homework, actually.
No, he didn't. He just needed to get on his library's website or whatever, find the form, request what he wanted, and then his library would try to find it from somewhere. And sometimes they can't find it. Sometimes if it's something that is super popular, like we won't even ask for something that's been published in the last 6 months, because mostly a library is going to want to get that for their own patrons. But things that are older, if it's something that's really, really expensive, they don't want to risk. And also we don't want to risk because we're the ones on the line if it's not returned, kind of. So
do we pass that along?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we would pass that along to the patron if we get overdue fees or damaged materials or whatever like that. Then the patron checking it out, we would try to get.
Yeah. But as far as the other library is concerned, we checked it out.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
So it is kind of a different thing, but you should never feel like your library doesn't have something and can't ever get it. There might be some things that we can't ever get, but it's worth asking to see if another library would loan it to us. And it's usually pretty quick. And checkout times range. And sometimes you can renew it. It kind of just depends on the other library, like how long they want to have it gone. But some libraries charge for interlibrary loan because there is shipping costs. But we do not.
Because we are excellent.
We are excellent, and we use a grant.
We use a grant
to do a lot of that. But and then we also lend our stuff then to other libraries as well. So we're very actively interlibrary loaning. And it is a really great service that I think people just don't think of. They're like, look on the catalog, oh, they don't have it.
And then kind of move on.
Go buy it or live without it.
Right.
But definitely try interlibrary loaning things if you possibly need to.
Yeah.
And libraries, your public library will try to get it for you.
And it is great that we have, and I imagine that other libraries avail themselves of grants as well.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to feel like, oh, well, I'm making somebody spend money or do it. And on our staff, I'm sure not every library has this, but we have someone who, that's her job.
That is true. We didn't always have someone, but we have had enough interlibrary loan stuff coming in and out that it's been really nice to have. And she's here a few hours. She's great. But she's here a few hours every week to help make that a little bit easier. So interlibrary loan.
Interlibrary loan, just the sexiest topic we could come up with today.
Well,
but there's more.
Do you want to do one of yours?
Sure. I'm looking at Carla's
exhibits.
Post-it. Exhibits. Yeah. We have exhibits at the library, and I don't feel like So we have two main art galleries. We have the one on the second floor. It's called the Anderson Art Gallery. That one primarily features art, usually by a single artist, local artist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Almost always. In fact, it has not had a traveling exhibit in my time. Like, they've always been at least from Utah. But usually, more specifically, like Utah County. Right now, we have a collage art exhibit.
It's so cute.
It's so cute, and it has been so popular. We have sold so many pieces. Because you don't think of the library as a place where you might buy art, but actually our library is a place where you can buy art.
Though there is one piece, that Alps piece, that's not for sale.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
So pretty.
Do you want to know why it's not for sale?
Because she keeps selling it?
Because she keeps selling it. She made that piece. It's based on Heidi, actually.
Okay.
The
children's book.
The children's book Heidi in the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, she made it, and it was in a show at a different place. And it sold, like, even before the show opened. And she was like, oh, no. And so then she made it again, because I liked that piece. And then it sold again.
Yeah.
And it's probably the third time you've made a piece.
Same thing.
It's like, well, maybe I want this to be my own. But the one that feels like a hidden treasure is the attic.
Yes.
Partially because you can only get there by elevator unless we open the emergency stairs.
And only usually in the evenings. Like, it's limited hours, so.
And we do that because we have to pay somebody to be up there. And there's just not usually enough people coming at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday to warrant the salary of the person up there. But the attic is a really beautiful space and kind of unexpected in this building. It's on the historic side of the library, but it is not a historic space in terms of, I feel like other places where, you know, they're really looking at our old photographs and renderings of buildings at the time,
the way the
like
tile is.
Historic. They did a lot. They dug into a lot of what historical finishes would have been. And the attic is just all modern.
Yeah.
The paint is bright white, not eggshell. It's got some like roof beams and an interesting shape to the ceiling. And we've started having people rent it more and more for like weddings or corporate parties or things like that. And it's just kind of a cool space.
Yep.
Fun facts about the attic. There are 22 walls in the attic that I hang art on. Yeah, because it like around. In, out, pops out. Like this one. There's 22. Other fun facts. There's a bathroom that used to be a secret, but is now just a public bathroom.
That is true.
Before it was finished as an attic, it was just actually an attic.
It was. We actually did a few Halloween, I don't know, events up there with like spook alley kind of decorations. I think they did movies.
I think they did movies.
Oh, and they did some storytelling. I think they did some scary storytelling up there
They
too.
did.
It was very attic-feely.
And I like to think that it's my first construction baby because actually the timeline's not quite right. I found out that I was pregnant with my first child like the day after the attic opened.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Had a baby and opened the attic in the same year.
And he's now
11.
So the attic's been up there for 11 years.
11
so if you
years.
haven't visited, you really should.
Yeah. Actually, it's 12 now because this time of year.
It's when we opened
February.
And we bring in different kinds of exhibits. Sometimes we do traveling exhibits up there, which those are fun but expensive.
They are fun but expensive. We once had one called Little Builders that was probably the most popular it will ever be. We had 13,000 people come during the summer because it was a children's museum exhibit. And I used to try and get more of those. Our space is a little small for them, but it's kind of fun because Thanksgiving Point, the Museum of Natural Curiosity, also does like touring exhibits. There was a period of time that they'd bring something in. I'd be like, I know exactly how much that costs.
Because I looked into it.
I know where that came from. I know that exhibit about chocolate cost $60,000 for 6 months.
We can't afford that.
No, we can't.
But it is a fun space. We try to switch exhibits every 6 weeks.
About 6 to 8.
6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I think we've got a high school group.
We do. Yep. And we're starting to have more sort of pre-established. So yeah, we've got a Provo City School District is doing a high school art show. That'll be really great. We always do our homegrown art show, which is amateur artists from 3 and up.
From Provo.
From Provo. That's a great show. And yeah. And we do a lot of programs in the attic too. We do trivia night every month. We do craft and chat every month.
There's yoga up there.
There we have yoga. Open mic night.
Oh yeah.
Which is great. Acoustic open mic night. So acoustic guitar, piano. Sometimes one night I was there, someone brought in some crazy instrument.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't say crazy.
Unusual.
I don't even know what it's called, but a stringed instrument from another country.
Yeah.
With stuff, strings and things. It was cool.
Yeah. If you haven't visited the attic, you can visit it for the exhibit, the programs, or just to see the space. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yep. Go to the attic.
Cool. The next is curbside.
A day like today. It's very snowy outside
very snowy
today.
Yeah. And this this was like many things born from the pandemic. We wanted to be able to get people their books that they had on hold without them having to come in the building. And then we kind of just kept it. And we do maybe a couple a day, but we definitely could do more.
We could do more.
And if you just don't want to get out of your car, or you don't want to get your kids out of the car, or any of that, you just have to have things on hold. And as soon as everything that you need is on hold and on the hold shelf, you just call in, they'll go grab them, and they'll bring them downstairs to the underground parking. So you're even out of the weather. It's really nice. Don't feel like I have extensive notes on this one.
No.
Just that it exists.
It exists.
And people don't necessarily
I think
know
people
about
forget that it exists. But I mean, I can think of that I've heard people make comments like, well, I would come to the library more, but like the only time I have is during my kids' nap time or whatever. I don't know. My kids never napped regularly unless there was a car involved. So
go for a drive to the library.
Go for a drive. Go pick up your books. Yeah, it does. It's convenient in the way that online grocery shopping is convenient. Like you don't necessarily.
You don't get to browse.
You don't get to browse, and you kind of have to know what you want beforehand. And it's not instantaneous. Like you can't call the library and say, hey, that copy of Raising Hair, I want to pick it up in 20 minutes. Like that's not going to happen. But if you can't sleep at 11 o'clock at night, just browse the library catalog, put things on hold when they come in for you.
Yeah.
Come get them.
Yep.
There you go.
Your second one is the basement.
The basement, because I am very good at naming things. I named the attic.
The attic.
And I named the basement.
The basement.
Based on their locale within the building. The basement is my second construction baby because I was pregnant with my second child and planning construction on the basement at the same time. And then I think we opened the summer after he was born. So 2018.
Okay.
Everything I can
time by that.
I can tell you how long various things have been at the library based on the ages of my children. The basement is a recording studio. It's man, my mind just went completely blank.
I see that.
What else? I mean, we have a sound booth down there. Technically it's portable, but we don't like to port it anywhere. We have basically everything you need to do a pretty basic video podcast. We've had some bands come in. Do we have any bands right now? No, our bands graduated high school, I think, or potentially graduated to a bigger space or a space that had. One of the great things about the basement is that we teach you how to do things. So we have classes that can teach people about cameras and audio editing and lighting and things like that. It's really sort of a self-serve space. And then if none of that is appealing, we also have 2 VR headsets. So if you don't want VR in your house, but you want to experience it and not pay like $25 an hour or something like that to play it at the mall, you can come and play VR. Where I have 2 excellent staff members who recommend VR games to me and equipment and everything. So it's great. Use the basement.
Yeah. And our last thing, we had a list of 5, is our homebound. And I guess in some ways I'm going to say, I hope you don't have to use this.
I hope so too. And actually, I don't know if underutilized is the term I would use to describe homebound, but I think that a lot of people don't know it's an option.
So we can set someone up if they are homebound due to age, illness, or say a caregiver that can't leave the person that they're caregiving for. Like if there is a reason why you can't leave home and come to the library, we can deliver items to you. And it has to be set up beforehand. And so we set you up with a card and a delivery, and we can deliver once a month. So some people that are voracious readers have to ask for a whole bunch of books to last them the whole month. And then we pick them up and swap them out for other books, or they can be audiobooks, they can be movies, they can be whatever. And yeah, we have excellent outreach librarians that go on little routes different times during the month and drop and pick stuff up. And it's really good for people that can't get out. We want them to have access to the library as well. And we've been doing it for like forever. Like
it predates the van.
Oh yeah. Like I managed it on Center Street.
Oh.
So like
we've really been doing it forever.
Yeah, and that was like
because Carla is old.
It's old. 27 years ago. And we used volunteers at the time. The program's changed a little bit, but it still is there. And we always were trying to find ways of like, but how do you market something to people who would never leave their homes?
Right.
Like it's really hard just to so you kind of just want people to know, if you have friends, if you have neighbors and you know that they can't get out and that's kind of something that's hard for them, but they would really benefit from having regular materials made available to them. That's something that we would like to do. So we just hope people keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And a lot of libraries have that. So we're not like incredibly unique with it, but it is something that we've been doing for a long time. We usually have, I don't know, a dozen or 2 of people taking advantage of it at a time. Not very many.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We could do more.
We could do more.
I remember, like you said, it grows and changes with sort of the needs of the people and our staff availability. I remember a time when our homebound patrons kind of had like a librarian assigned to them to pick their books. And the reason that I remember that is because it's when Shayna was working with me over here and she was like, I have to go pull books for my vampire romance lady. Because there was this, she had a client, a patron who was just voracious for specifically vampire romances. And she would just like go and like try and get a whole series at a time. Sometimes I've already read these. But
yeah, it got really hard to keep track of what everyone had read and what they would want. And so we just, if they are homebound and we're delivering to them, they have to pick which things they want and like put them on hold kind of, or call and give a list, or send a list. When we drop off books, give me a list for the next time I come, kind of a thing. We'll place holds for people so that, just to get as much as we can. And then they don't have to worry if like it's hard for like they're out of town when the delivery would come. Like there aren't overdue fees like there are for everybody else, because they're kind of reliant on our availability as well. And so we really work with people to make sure that it's not stressful for them worrying about like, will I be able to get this back in, or all of that. Like we're working with people to make sure that the stuff gets back, but you get the stuff you need, and that it's just as easy as possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That service is managed by our outreach librarians who drive a van that, fun fact, is my 4th construction baby.
Nice.
So, yep. That van progress was completely stalled on it for several years.
Because of COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm convinced that
it was just waiting.
It was just waiting for me to be pregnant. And then they were like, oh yeah, we'll make it. Sure. We canceled your contract, but we'll re-up that thing and make that happen. So
sure.
4th baby. And
let's not do any more construction.
Well, I'm done having kids.
You're done having kids, so no more construction.
Do you want to know what the 3rd one was? In case
I'm sure.
It's the study rooms.
Oh.
So that's not a project that I managed.
No, you weren't
but
involved.
I can tell you that we opened the 2nd floor study rooms in 2019 or 2020 because I was pregnant. I think we started construction in 2019.
That sounds right.
And then Alice was born in 2020.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not having any more children, so we can't.
The library is what the library is.
We can't possibly expand in any way.
That's funny.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Is that everything?
Well, that was everything on our little Post-it note of detailed.
Our detailed planning for this podcast
plan. Yes.
What have you read recently? Have you read anything that you've loved?
I did, but then you said you were going to talk about it. So I found something else. I read a book called Sisterhood of Ravensbrück by Lynne Olson. I have to have notes. I never remember authors' names. But
that's okay.
This is nonfiction, and it's World War II nonfiction because there's too many stories, evidently, out of World War II. And I feel like I've got them all, and then I read another one. But so Ravensbrück was a concentration camp in Germany that was all women.
Isn't that Ten Boom, The Hiding Place?
Probably.
I think so.
She was not in this book. This one, mostly,
maybe peripherally.
Yeah, probably. It was about women who were part of the French Revolution that were put there. What I really liked about it is it talks about them before and kind of
French
how
resistance.
Yeah.
I'm like,
not the revolution, resistance, the French resistance.
Sorry, I could have let that go.
No, that was an appropriate correction. So it talks about like how they got involved in the resistance and how they were captured and all of that, and then their experiences, and then a good portion was what happened afterwards. And honestly, it reminded me a lot of The Women by
Kristen Hanna,
because so much of her book takes place after the woman that's in that fictional story. Like when she gets back from Vietnam, like there's just no support for her, and so they were like, well, there weren't women in the concentration camps. Like they just didn't get the support they needed, and a lot of their families were gone. And you don't hear a lot of that like post World War II, like how it was, and then the battles they had to fight afterwards to get, like even just for the people that ran Ravensbrück to be tried for war crimes. Like it was a battle, and they were like, well, we've taken care of most of the people that were involved. We think we're done. And they're like, no, like these people, anyway.
Yeah.
So it was really, really interesting. It was really well written. It moved really fast. And you grew to really care for these women and just heartbreak for them. It was so horrible.
I mean, the fact that you're, in some ways, the things you're comparing it to are fiction.
I know.
I think speaks to the compelling nature of the narrative, right? Because
you're feeling the whole story. Like you really, Anyways, it was good.
Yeah.
Why don't you read something more delightful?
I did read something delightful. I was talking right before we started, before I stole Carla's book idea, that I've read so far. This is February when we're recording this. I've read 18 books, that's a lot for me to get to this point in the year. But everything I've read, like it's been fine. I've read a lot of fine things, or some things are delightful, but they're rereads because I've read a couple M.M. Lyon books again. But the one that I read that I loved is The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. Is that?
I believe so.
Is this her first book?
It is.
Delightful. So, I mean, I could summarize the book by saying there's a woman who writes letters. And that does not sound
And the book is a series of her letters.
It's
letters back and forth. It's just
yes.
letters.
Yeah. Letters that she's written and then letters that people
she's received. Yeah.
And I mean, this woman, she writes to everybody. She writes to authors. I mean, there's a whole series of letters to Ann Patchett. Or who else did she? Joan Didion.
I listened to a interview with her.
Did she actually like talk to those authors?
No, but she wrote this book and then she got it done and her publisher was like, oh yeah, we need to publish this. And she's like, can I?
Oh,
I used some people's names in there. There's real people kind of involved. And so I don't remember if they had to talk to them or anyways, they made it so they felt like they were comfortable with it. But when she wrote it, she didn't actually think, she hadn't had a lot of luck getting things published. And so this was kind of just a therapy thing for herself. Kind of like she just was working through some grief and some things that she was dealing with. And
it's so good though. I love diary style fiction, and even more, I love correspondence fiction. And so this, I mean, right up my alley, but, and feisty old person fiction.
That's like the trifecta.
This is the perfect book for me, really. It made me want to start writing a book. Like it was just so good. And there's a little bit of a mystery through the whole thing. And you, in the end, do
There's a little romance.
There's a little romance.
Just
like late stage romance.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of delightful.
It was really good.
She's like 76 years old and at one point finds herself dating 2 different men. And like, how? Yeah, it's great. The Correspondent. You should read it. Everyone should read it. It was delightful.
There's a long wait, but get your name on that wait.
Yes.
So you'll get it eventually. It's really good.
I was about to say, perhaps you could interlibrary loan it, but probably not because it's too popular.
Yeah.
But curbside deliver it in 6 months. Maybe. Anyway, those are some books. These are some services.
Cool.
We'll talk to you again soon.